Hello guys, welcome to Let's Talk Radiography with Daisy. What's the sewing radiographer? Yes, so the place where we talk about anything and everything about radiography. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is clinical application specialist, right? Someone wanted to know about that. So with clinical application specialists, the thing is, it's like sales, right? You have to speak for the company that hires you. You have to, you know, you have to sell that product that you wanna sell, that machine. If it's Siemens, that machine, you have to sell it so that the hospital they buy it from you. You have to give it. You have to give a good word for it. So I remember there was this time when I was at Kimberley when there was this clinical application specialist that came, and she was, teaching us how to use this machine, right? And I was like, no man, I expected something else. I expected this specific machine because it has less labor. Remember, as a clinical application specialist, or let me say, when the company or when the hospital buy a machine, right? We radiographers, we want a machine that's gonna bring less labor, that's gonna be able to be movable, not heavy, especially for mobile, right? That it is, it is user friendly, like especially for mobile. Because remember, we're pushing these machines, and especially for CM. Remember, if you bring a CM that is so big, and most of us, we are very tiny, it's not gonna be nice, right? So this was a machine that came for a mobile, and this guy was like, okay, telling us it works like this and this, selling it to us, because already, actually, I think they bought it already. She was just teaching us how to use it. So as your job as a clinical application specialist, you, after selling it to the managers and stuff, you have to come and teach the people that are working with that machine, right? That's why you need a degree also in radiography, because so that you can relate, right? So I was like to this guy, no man, I feel like this machine, it's not what I expected, because I feel like it's still heavy. It's just a, what is it? It's just a moderation from a manual one to a digital one, right? So I also asked him, okay, how do I get in this clinical application specialist? Because I wanna be one, Whenever I see people that are within radiography and they're doing something else, I wanna know why. I wanna know how you do it. I wanna know how do you get there, right? So the first thing that you have to do, you have to have actually your requirements. You have to have a degree in radiography. I'm not sure if also a diploma you can apply with it, but yeah, a degree. And then the second thing, when you see a post on LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever platform that you use, you can apply for it and check there what are the requirements, right? And then most of the clinical specialists, they always say you have to be willing to travel, right? So if you are like some of us, they see you have a child, you are a parent, and you don't feel like traveling a lot, it's not for you, right? But if you love traveling, I like traveling, just that sometimes I'm like, oh no, it won't work for me, right? And then also some requirements, as I was checking through LinkedIn, they need you to have a license. You have to drive yourself, right? I think that's also less costly, because I think some companies want you to drive yourself than having to take a flight. Remember, a flight is costly. But I guess it will be nice, when you're working as a radiographer and you away from the hard labor side, and you just fly around or drive around just to tell people, this is what's up, this is the machine, this is how you use it. That would be nice. Right? And then other thing, you need to have experience. I mean, whenever you talk about, for example, a mobile machine, you need to know, okay, this type of machine I've worked with. Also, one thing that is important as a radiographer, you need to know the name of each of your machines, guys. I remember every time when I went for an interview, they would ask me like, what is the machine that you're using? Oh my gosh, guys, I used to be so confused. Oh, honestly, I did not check it. I used to guess sometimes. So it's very important as you, as a radiographer, to know what type of machine you are using. So ever since that time, when every time I go to an interview, they ask me what machine am I using, I try to always, okay, whenever I'm working, I try to say, okay, what is the name of this machine, right? Yep. And then you have to have excellent verbal and written communication. Yeah, that's one of the things. I mean, some of us, we are still trying to have this good verbal and written communication. So please have that skill, guys. Just have that skill. It will come into, a good use. And then you have to have also presentive skills. This is what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to have, perfect presentive skills, because whenever I try to present, guys, I get so nervous. My communication, my presenting is so, it's so sick, it's so scary. Like, I just get scared, right? And then you have to have, be a team player. You have to be a team player. So I'm gonna put some of the requirements that I've seen on LinkedIn, so you can just read there and see for yourself if you like this. But if you are a person who loves to travel, if you are a person who likes talking, who likes presenting, who like education people, this is for you. Who would like to leave the hard labor part, the lifting a patient, this is for you. If you're a person who likes to know what does this button do, this is for you, right? So I hope this helps as well. So enjoy your day. Bye.